This is Alex Yoon, you're watching a Razor Rona review, Transformers 3 Edition. Hey guys, you know I just posted who I think is the Red Ferrari. You know what, if you haven't guessed it by now after all these hints and you're still continuing to guess who it is, you know, I really question how much you know G1 and how much it really even matters who it really is, who the Ferrari really is. If people still don't even know after all the hints that I've given, then, like, who are you as a Transformers fan? But anyways, the rest of you who are still guessing, even though I've posted, do not watch my videos. Anyways, I said it was Mirage, okay? I've basically just pointed out that all these hints point towards Mirage, and I've also mentioned that people who were in Chicago told me it was Mirage when it was filming, and that just means that they overheard it during the set when the production crew were talking about the Red Ferrari. They were referring to it as Mirage, okay? Now, me calling the Red Ferrari Mirage is no different than me calling the Mercedes Benz E550 Wheeljack. None of this has been confirmed. So, does it really matter? Honestly, it really doesn't, because this is Michael Bay's Transformer universe. He can change it to whatever he wants. I mean, Ironhide originally was red, but he's black, but nobody seemed to care about that. So, what difference does it make what color that Mirage is compared to the Red Ferrari? Everybody's thinking it's Cliff Jumper, everybody's thinking it's a Hot Rod, a Rodimus, and you know what? It could very well be Cliff Jumper. It could be Cliff Jumper, okay? Another thing is that people are pointing out that it should be Hot Rod. Well, they can't use the word Hot Rod or Autobot Hot Rod just because I believe it's like a copyright thing. And another thing is that, well, it's a Ferrari, it's an exotic, it's a supercar, it's not a hot rod, it's not an American hot rod, alright? So that won't work. And another thing is that they can't use Rodimus because Rodimus refers to Rodimus Prime, and, well, in Transformers 3, Optimus already has another Prime in there, and that's Sentinel Prime, and, you know, the brothers. And as far as I know, the Ferrari is rolling out with Bumblebee and Sideswipe and all the other cars. You don't see a whole lot of scenes with him and Optimus. Optimus is doing his own thing. I don't think they're going to be interacting like brothers, so that rules out Rodimus Prime, Hot Rod. So it still could be Cliff Jumper, but all the hints point towards it being Mirage. Next thing I want to talk about. Let's forget about this whole Mirage Wheeljack thing with the Red Ferrari and the Mercedes Benz, because none of this is officially confirmed, okay? You know what the big question right now is? Silverbolt. James Avery is voicing Silverbolt. That's what he mentioned in an interview. He has, I think, the perfect voice for a Transformer, along with other guys like Michael Clark Duncan and, you know, guys with these huge, you know, these iconic voices. But the reason why we haven't seen Silverbolt is because he's going to be a jet. The only time we would see a jet being filmed is if it is stationed on an airfield or on a, you know, like an airstrip or something like that, or a military base. So that's why we haven't seen Silverbolt, and the only time we'll see him is when he's going to be officially announced, right? So, but that is the even bigger question on my mind, and that is about Silverbolt, because this will be, other than Jetfire, will be the first Autobot that is actually like a jet, and not only a jet, but an aerial bot. So that is actually really exciting to me. The next thing I want to talk about is the international locations. Now, I read that they were doing second unit in other parts of the world, such as Israel and Cambodia. I don't know if it's true. It could be, but the thing is that they only got less than 90 days to make this movie. And I think a lot of these shots that are taking place in like the international locations could be like pickup shots or shots that where Michael Bay really doesn't need to be there because he's got to oversee the whole post-production process. So I think that a lot of the international locations are actually going to take place in the States. That's what I believe. They're going to use different American cities to portray international locations. So that's what I believe is going on right now. It's probably going to be done very soon. But Tyrese tweeted that he was actually in Israel. Who really knows if they're really filming in international locations? Okay, the final thing I want to talk about is trailers and marketing. Now, there was a list of all the trailers and TV spots and all the marketing material that is supposed to be put out. But we didn't see any of it, And I found out that the reason why is because the CG isn't ready. They had their marketing all scheduled out on a calendar and when it's going to be put out, but because the CG didn't look as good as they thought it could be at that time, it wasn't ready for the marketing. So that list is actually supposed to be accurate, but they're a bit behind the schedule just because they still want to make the CG look better. That's cool and all, right? But a lot of fans are going to be like, you know, where's the trailer, right? And you know, the trailer will be out when it's out, and I don't think the movie has a problem with marketing because the name alone markets itself. Anyways, watch my Transformers reboot episode. There's some interesting thing that's going to be on it, and it's not really an episode about news. There isn't actually news on it, but it's a bit of an announcement video. This is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching the Raging Rona review. Peace! If you don't know by now, Transformers 4 isn't happening. Instead, Transformers Reboot is happening. What that really means is that, well, Michael Bay